Hello, kindred spirits, and welcome to Inspired Intentions. I am Raven Aurora, and I practice witchcraft. Witchcraft can mean many things to many people, and for me, it means living a life that is in tune with nature, the seasons, and all the energy that flows throughout this planet and the rest of our universe. I use my intention to manipulate the energies around me, and I work with those energies and certain plants or types of wood or crystals or stones to shape the world around me. As a witch, a lot of what I do in my practice depends on what's happening in the skies. I work certain types of magic according to events like the moon phases, or the placement of the different planets and other celestial bodies. So, today happens to be a pretty perfect day to talk about some of my favorite types of magic because we have got 3 major events going on in the sky right now, and we've got some kind of interesting placement among the planets. First things first, the moon. The moon affects just about every aspect of life here on Earth, so it plays prominently in how I manage and work within my practice. Today, we're under the spell of a full moon in the sign of Taurus. Full moon energy is powerful. This is when the moon is in full view of the sun and at its brightest. All the energy that's been building since the new moon is coming to a head. Everything will be at its peak at the moment of the full moon, which for this area was at 3:58 this morning. Phases building up to a full moon are all about forward motion, while a full moon itself is go time. So normally if I have a project I've been working on or something that takes a little time to come together, the full moon would be my idea of the best time to launch, which is why this channel was born today. At full moons, I like to do a few different things. I like to charge my crystals and stones in jars of water that I plan to use in my workings. I also like to take a few moments to live in appreciation of the life I get to live and the people, animal friends, things, and opportunities that I am already getting to experience. I also like to show appreciation for the intentions I set and the things I manifested at the new moon and work toward during the waxing phase, the time between the new moon and the full moon, coming to fruition. Because when we manifest, we fuel that spell with positive energy that is put toward the outcome we want by believing that it's already come to us. So we speak about what we've manifested in the present tense. Taurus is a sign that is all about creating and maintaining stability. It likes us to focus our attention on actions that will set us up well for the future, as well as things that will ensure that we have what we need right now. So with this full moon falling in Taurus, and ushering out autumn and welcoming winter weather here, I'm in the mind frame of stocking up on things I'll need for the household and for my practice, decluttering, packing away things that I won't need again until spring, and planning toward success for the next year. And because these dark and cold months can bring on a sort of funk or even a full-on depression, I'm working through shadow work and getting into a regular self-care routine so I can continue to feel energized and productive throughout the winter. This particular moon is often referred to as the full beaver moon. So think about the kinds of things that beavers would be doing right about now, and that'll give you a pretty good idea of how to work with this full moon in Taurus energy. Jupiter is also sitting in a square aspect to this full moon in Taurus. Square aspects happen when 2 celestial bodies are in the same mode and located at a 90-degree angle to each other in the sky, and are known for bringing big, bold, action-oriented energy to the table. And with Jupiter being the planet associated with wealth, abundance, luck, and business or expansion, and the full moon generally being a great time to launch things you've been working on, a lot of my workings at this particular full moon are centered around launching business ideas and manifesting successful and financially fruitful business expansion. That means incorporating herbs and plants, crystals and stones, symbolism, and most importantly, intentions that favor financial abundance. But we also have a partial lunar eclipse to think about. Eclipses are all about hidden things coming to the surface, including our own shadows, and about intense transformation. This makes a lunar eclipse a good time to turn inward, meditate, and dive into shadow work. Because full moons that are accompanied by eclipses can be really emotionally charged, and that already intense energy is going to be amped up even more by Mercury sitting opposite the moon, meaning less clarity and more confusion, and Mars, Saturn, and Uranus sitting in a T-square to each other, meaning lots of tension, frustration, and potential for short fuses and angry outbursts, I'm incorporating a lot of self-care and workings to improve communication, gain clarity, and cleanse funky energy from my spaces and myself. Many of us will be hosting family and friends for Thanksgiving or traveling out of town to visit others, possibly getting out into the shopping scene for Black Friday, and all these situations put us in a position to bump heads with others, especially given the emotionally charged things happening in the news right now that might make their way into dinner conversation. My family and I tend to be pretty much on the same page about most things, but even so, I will be keeping up with a daily routine of meditation, self-care, catching up on some reading, taking time out for hot tea infused with intentions, getting out in nature, and getting plenty of rest. In my practice, I plan to dig a little more into my own shadow work each day, do daily tarot and oracle spreads to gain more perspective and clarity around the things that happen throughout the day, do a few smoke cleanses for my home, my truck, the clothes and backpacks I use most, and work with crystals and stones that promote love, harmony, relaxation, improved communication, and that keep aggression, anger, and negative energy at bay. I may also do some protective warding, since the holidays unfortunately seem to bring an increase in car thefts, home invasions, and vibes that are focused on selfish intentions. People sometimes make the mistake of thinking that you have to do a lot for a full moon. If that's what you like to do in your practice, that's fine, but you can also keep it simple. For this full moon in Taurus, focus on launching projects that can bring on financial stability, like a new business or a YouTube channel. Charge crystals and stones and craft moon water, but be especially specific about your intentions for them, and maybe meditate, ground, and center yourself before setting those intentions to avoid working in the fiery, emotionally charged energies of Mercury, Mars, Uranus, and Saturn accidentally. Cleanse spaces in your own aura and put calming and protective spells in place. Meditate and dig into a little shadow work. Focus on self-care to support that shadow work. And spend time in appreciation for what you have and what you've manifested during this cycle. Witchcraft isn't always about rituals that are big productions. There is just as much magic in mundane, everyday things. The most important thing is that your working should pour into your spirit and feed your soul. If it drains you, it may not be the right working for you at this particular time. So if you've stayed with me until the end, you have my sincere thanks. What workings to do at the full moon tends to be a pretty popular topic for discussion in the community. So if you'd like to see a complete full moon ritual, let me know in the comments below and I will gladly bring you along for one. And also let me know what kind of things you guys like to do at the full moon. Well, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you got a chance to catch some of the partial lunar eclipse and maybe even the Leonid meteor shower if you were able to. Maybe do some meditation and a little journaling, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.